statistically, most basketball trainers won't make more than $2,000 a month. And you don't want to be one of those trainers. So today I'm going to teach you how to not go broke as a basketball trainer. I'm JQ. I'm a basketball trainer myself. I have a facility in South Florida, and I'm here to help you become a better player and a better trainer. So today we're gonna talk about how to not go broke. I know a ton of basketball trainers across the country who are really, really good at basketball training. They're really good at their craft. They care about the game. They care about their players. They get players better, yet they're still living paycheck to paycheck. And I want to tell you guys a few strategies that you guys can do to not get into that rut where you're working, and not seeing any results. Now, the first reason why basketball trainers stay broke is they are constantly trading time for money. Now, I'm not saying that you should stop training players altogether and start hiring trainers to be in your place, but you need to start thinking about how you can eventually get out of this and replicate yourself in different places. Because if you're gonna build a sustainable business, you can't do it all by yourself. So you have to be able to create a team. You have to be able to create different opportunities for you to make money, which we'll talk about in a little bit. The second thing that most trainers do is they underprice themselves. I'm telling you, so many basketball trainers have imposter syndrome. They think that if they charge a lot of money for basketball training, that they're all of a sudden a bad person. They don't think that they're worth that type of money. Whatever they're charging well below what they should be. Now, there's not a rule across the United States or across the world that says you have to charge this number. I know some basketball trainers who charge very little, some basketball trainers who charge a ton for all different types of services. So what you have to be able to do is you have to price your hour. You have to be able to find out what your hour is worth to you. When I started training in South Florida, when I moved here, I was charging $40 an hour. Actually, I might have been $35 an hour for a private session. And again, this is outdoors, but when it comes down to it, I was making $35 an hour to train one player. When nowadays I charge a lot more, way more than $35 for even a group session. What you have to be able to do is find out what the market will pay, find out how to make your training more valuable, AKA give more, give players homework, make sure that you go above and beyond for the player, and people will pay for that value that you provide. The third thing is that they are not on social media. Now, I'm not saying that you should be trying to get a lot of followers on social media or do something like similar to what I do where I make a lot of content, but you have to at least have a presence online for you to help yourself grow your business. If you rely strictly on word of mouth, you're not going to be able to make it all the time. Word of mouth is amazing. If you do a good job, people are going to talk about you, but if you're not putting yourself out there on social media, if you're not showing what you can do, if you're not displaying what your business is, what you and your team can do, it's going to be hard for you to grow, especially in this space, in this day and age. And then the last thing is you're relying too much on private training. So many basketball trainers want to work with a player one-on-one, and I get it. It's quick, easy money. You don't have to worry about as much. But when it comes down to it, you can make a lot more and honestly get players a lot better in group training settings. It just depends on how you structure your training. But for me, I do a live training model, and that helps players get a lot better, get a ton of live reps in, and you can get a lot more players in a training session, which obviously generates more revenue. So stop burning out on one-on-one sessions. Again, doing those are great, but what you should do is put your private training price super high so that way players are more likely to do your group training, and in that case, you can grow your group programs, which ultimately will make you more money in the long run. So yeah, these are the 4 mistakes that I see trainers make all the time. If you can fix these things, you're gonna help your business grow. And always remember, if there's no margin, you don't have a mission. If you can't take care of yourself, you're not gonna be able to take care of anybody else. You need to be able to charge what you're worth. You need to be able to make enough money to live a comfortable life in this game. Again, a side hustle is great. If you do it as a side hustle, cool. But again, if you wanna make this a full-time career, you're gonna have to be able to charge more and you're gonna have to make more money. If you have any additional questions, make sure you guys hit me up at JQ Basketball Training on Instagram. I also do consulting calls for basketball trainers who want to start their own facility. I have a free course on how to start a facility, which is linked below. Make sure you guys go check that out, and we'll see you guys in the next video.